Good morning. Sorry, had the camera flipped upside down. Today, I'm out of breath because it took me about a mile of rough, strenuous roads to get here. Today, we're hiking up to Springer Mountain. I'm excited. As you can see, this girl's a mess. But I'm glad to get, I didn't lose anything. Thankfully, I'm very easy at losing things. Very forgetful. So I triple kept track of everything. Thankfully. So yeah. We're going to the AT approach trail today, and maybe we'll do a little bit more. I took some propanol this morning, had some water, and I'm going to be taking lots of breaks here, as much time as I need, and there's plenty of daylight, you know, even in March. So yeah, last night was absolutely brutal. Temperatures went down, wind chills went down to the teens. I was shivering in my tent. I only got probably 1 to 2 hours of sleep. Brutal night. I finally had to escape my tent and go to the bathroom to warm up since the bathrooms are heated. Very rough on me. But I came to the lodge, I had breakfast, and I got my food bag from the lodge, went down, packed up all my stuff, and now I'm here. So yay. Yay. Well, everybody, I'm about like 3 miles into the trail, and I met a new friend. Your name is Rob, right? Rob. We've just been hiking through this ridge line here for I don't know, we began our hike from I began my hike from the trailhead, and I've gone about 2 miles, but Rob's gone since the falls. Yeah, took the stairs up the falls. So we're just making our way over to Springer Mountain, and yeah, we're on our way. Well, everybody, I had to stop, and I let Rob pass me. I had to listen to my body. My body was getting tired out. I was having a few pot symptoms, so I decided to take a break. I'm quite high on the ridge line, as you can see. You can see mountains in the background, and there's the trail ahead of me. Yeah, so just taking it one step at a time, you know. Wow, I feel very kind of out of breath here, but hey, it's all right. If there's one thing I'm not looking forward to tonight, it's there's one thing I'm not looking forward to tonight. It's definitely got to be sleeping up in the hills, because it's going to get down to sorry. Oh, it's gonna get down to like negatives, like close to like 10-15 degrees wind chill. So I am not looking forward to that at all, because last night was brutally cold. But I was at lower elevations last night, right? I'm not going to be sleeping up in I was not sleeping up in the steep mountains. I was sleeping kind of like midway up. So yeah, tonight is going to be a rough one. I just want to say hi to all my people watching. Hi to the Sword Fights on the Heights community, if they're watching. Enchanting is the best sword fighter. Nobody can claim that title. What if I just picked up an Illumina sword and just flew to my my campsite? Wouldn't that be cool? Anyways, yeah, that's just what I'm doing. So, you know, packing. Packing went pretty easy today, I guess. I had some good conversations with Rob. Yeah, we just, kind of talked for a bit. So, anyways, that's all I have for now. See ya. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I find it really weird that these trees are spaced out like the way they are. Like, when you think of a forest, right? You don't think of like trees like this, right? I guess it's just because we're high elevation. You think of them as more like, I don't know, dense. But yeah, I took like a 5-minute break. I jolted back up, like a lot of energy, and I just went for it. I just walked really fast, like, because most of the trail was from where I stopped pretty flat. So I just powered through it. Probably made a good half mile to a mile there. So yeah. And there are bits of snow on the ground too. Because see that? Because it's March. It's mid-March here. So, fact of the matter is that there wasn't snow that long ago. So, as far as weather is concerned, this afternoon, clouds are supposed to be rolling in. And then as far as I know, they're going to clear after midnight. And then a couple days we'll get rain, which I'm a rain fanatic. Most hikers don't like rain because their shit gets kind of wet. But I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I love rain. I can't wait to hike in it. So, yeah. And lunchtime is over. Woo! Lunchtime is over. It's about 12:30 p.m. and I think I'm very high up. Like very, very high up. Probably if I had to guess, maybe just looking at the ridge lines, maybe somewhere in the high 2000s in feet. High for the Appalachians. And what people don't understand about the Appalachians, I want you all to be aware of this, is that everybody underestimates them. Everybody thinks, oh, the Rockies are like twice as big, twice as tall, the Himalayas are really tall. But the thing is, if you're out here and maybe you're on a less popular trail than the AT and you break a leg, you're fucked if there's no cell signal. And the Appalachians are extremely remote, especially in the northern part. So I want you all to be aware, and the weather can really like turn nasty here too. I just want you all to be aware, because 2,000 feet high does not sound impressive. It doesn't sound hazardous, but it's quite cold up here, and I can imagine if it rained, it would be kind of a catastrophe. So for lunch I had I had Pop-Tarts. I had beef sticks. I like a beef stick. I had hello. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, you?
I'm doing well.
Whole breather?
Yeah, just filming on my GoPro.
Oh.
So anyways, as I was saying, I had beef sticks, Pop-Tarts. I had what else did I have? Fig bars and a Snickers bar. Although it tasted really frozen, kind of because it's been cold. And Snickers bars are only like it's kind of weird with Snickers bars because it's like, you know, you chew them and the thing is when they're frozen, it's like half as good, but they last longer. Like the taste lasts longer. So it's also like pretty good when it's frozen as well. Or well, cold, not frozen, but cold. So yeah, just taking my time. I've had to stop because of POTS symptoms a couple times. So, you know, I have some symptoms like some swelling to my heart, tachycardia, obviously, very fast tachycardia. My face started to get really hot at one point, started to become disoriented, very out of breath. No nausea, which is good. But yeah, the thing is if you just take your time, you can accomplish anything with well, I don't want to give the message that you can accomplish anything and anything is possible, because most people do have a limit, right? And there is a limit that cannot be exceeded, you know, and everybody has a different ceiling. What I will say to people is that you can reach your ceiling, which is usually impressive if you take care of yourself, right? I don't want to give them the goal of this series. I don't want the goal of this series to be you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it, because that's not true. It's not true for everyone. I think I want the message to be you can reach your true potential if you try and you take care of yourself, even with a syndrome like POTS. I've always found the you can do anything philosophy to be a bit simplistic and even harmful in some cases. So I don't agree with that. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to go. I'm going to catch my breath a little bit more, and I will see you later. Well, what a slip and slide, folks. It rained here the other day, and the ground is all muddy. And it takes a lot of strength to get down. So that I think is Springer Mountain, a big mountain up there. But I have to make my way down this mess before I can even get up there, which seems like my destination tonight for sleeping. Wow. Alright, see you all. Near where I'm going to stay for the night. It's beautiful. There's mountains in the distance. I'm on top of this ledge here. I came all the way from down there. Only like a mile, maybe less, to the camp that I'm staying tonight. I'm not super impressed with my mileage, but the mileage doesn't matter. What matters is I make it to the next camp by the end of the night. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna drink some more water and carry on. Made it to the southern terminus. This is it. Appalachian Trail. Southern terminus. Springer Mountain. Welcome. It is now day 3 of hiking the trail. Not sure where we're headed today, but I'm doing 8 miles. I think I'm on my way to Neil's Gap. I have to fill up some water this morning in order to get going, and so yeah, that's where we're at. Well, people, here I am. I'm at a creek at about 1.5 miles into the trail. I'm heading to Black Hawk Mountain Campsite tonight. And so, yeah, I'm just taking a break here. I'm going to consume some water. And then I'm going to be along my way, I guess. So, yeah. Everything is looking good so far. And, yeah. Look how cool this is. We're kind of on, like, the ridge top a little bit here. Partly cloudy skies today. Yeah, I left the campsite late. I had to refill water, so I'm in a little bit of a hurry to make it, but no biggie. We're continuing on the trail. I had a brutally cold night last night. Again, not a lot of sleep at all. I was shivering most of the night. But we just got to get through it. First couple days. It's warmer today anyways. It'll be warmer tonight. So I'm doing it for all of the people with dysautonomia and POTS. You know, the approach trail was extremely difficult, but I'm not giving up. So all the way to Maine. Hell yeah. So I've passed several creeks now. This looks like a blowdown, maybe, when trees are blown down. I've passed several creeks and streams, and now it looks like I'm about to head up a little hill. Also looks like there's a shelter there, but I'm going further than that. So, and plus it looks like nobody's there even. Anyways, if you can see that shack structure up ahead there, looks like nobody's really even there. So, yeah, but gorgeous day. And I want to say one thing, which is that I want to say one thing. I don't know if I said this already, but if you're taking the AT, don't let the approach trail fool you. I personally hiked it instead of taking a shuttle for $75. It is one of the hardest parts of the trail, especially because you're not acclimatized. It is an absolutely brutal part. So if you could get past it, you'll have smooth trail at least the next day where your body could kind of rest a bit. So yeah, so far this has been really a solo hike for me, which is kind of surprising considering that, you know, I'm supposed to have a trail family by now. I watched a YouTuber say, like, don't expect it, like, if you want it to be a solo hike, then pick a different trail. But in my experience, I haven't, and maybe this is because I started on a weekday, I have not seen that many hikers at all. So yeah, one of the biggest challenges for me has been trying to urinate at night. So if it's cold, I would recommend almost certainly that you bring a pee bottle for sure. So yeah, just a heads up. Morning, everybody. Today I'm heading to the Gooch Mountain Shelter. It's about 16-17 miles into the trail, excluding the approach trail, which is absolutely brutal. So yeah, it's about 8 miles today, and then the next shelter is about 12, but I'm not sure if I want to go into town, because Suches, Georgia, and there's a hostel. I will be able to resupply, maybe get some sleep at the hostel. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I know for tonight I'm going to the, what is it, Gooch's shelter camp. So yeah, I took some propanol this morning. I got a way better sleep this night than I did the past 2 nights, and I'm hoping to make some progress on the trail today. I filled up some water and cooked a meal on the stove, which tasted excellent. So anyways, gained some serious elevation, as you can see. Look at that. Look at all around us. There are mountains everywhere. So I'm sweating quite a bit, but the goal is to take 20 or 30 steps and take like a 20-second break. Because what you realize about the AT is that the uphills are kind of limited because the mountains are quite short most of the time. And so you can see like the top is up there. And so with pots, what I do is I take 20 or 30 steps up each mountain, and then I take a 30-second break. Take another 20 to 30 steps, take another 30-second minute break. Get hydrated on water. So I took some propanol today, as usual, and I'm ready to continue this hike. I will say this is definitely not easy at all. I met some people at my camp last night that were quite friendly. So yeah, they're very nice, very sweet people. Anyways, see y'all. Well, everybody, I'm on top of the mountain, as you can see down below me. And in the distance there, you can see everything. I'm on top of the mountain. So if you want to hike the trail with pots, then you take 20 or 30 foot steps along the way, and then you stop for 30 seconds or a minute, and then take another 20 to 30 steps. If it's strenuous, you will gain a lot of elevation fast, and you will be on top of the mountain. So anyways, I'm making progress. See, look at that view. You could see everything. I just got done meeting a couple hikers and getting some trail magic. So if you don't know, trail magic is when like somebody comes and they bring like snacks and drinks and stuff on the trail. In my case, I just got some trail magic, sat down with some other hikers, and then walked up a huge mountain and tried to get to Gooch's Gap tonight. So, been taking my time, drinking lots of electrolytes, and look, I made it. I made it on top of this big hill. So, yeah, just gotta keep going. Currently laying down right now. I have a pad underneath me. Now you might be wondering, like, what's wrong? Like, you're laying down. Do you need an ambulance or anything? The answer is no. I'm just taking a break and I'm laying flat so my heart rate can stabilize. You know, it is kind of surprising. There's a bird up there. There is kind of surprising that, fuck. It is honestly kind of surprising that, well, wait, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm surprised I made it this far. I'll tell you that. Oh, yeah. I find it kind of weird that the trees aren't in yet. You know? Like, I was just on top of a huge mountain, and now, not really. Now I'm down in the low areas. So it turns out that in the downhill and flat sections, I have an above average pace. But in the uphill sections, I have an extremely slow pace. So, you know, there were two able-bodied hikers, very fit, that climbed on top of this big mountain. And okay. So I had some trail magic, right, happen, where we all sat in camp chairs. I left before they did. And they caught up to me, like, when I was up in the hills, right? And the Appalachian Trail is not a race. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I think I got a chance at beating this, right? Because ultimately, if you fall behind everybody, you're probably not going to make it. You know, I don't mean to say that to compare to other people, as much as I am saying I have a chance, which is that in the uphill sections, if I go extremely slow, I can make it up by going much faster in the flat and downhill sections. That way I can make more mileage. So yeah, I'm just gonna lay down here for about 10 minutes or so, while my heart rate stabilizes. And hopefully nobody will think I'm dead or need an ambulance, because it's not true. It's like, somebody asked me yesterday, like, do you need an ambulance? It's like, no. No, I think one of the smartest things you could do, actually, is lay on the Appalachian Trail, whether you have POTS or not. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter who you are. But especially if you have dysautonomia, laying down can really help stabilize everything. So I'm just going to lay down on my pad and just chillax. So, see y'all. Well, everybody, I just sat down and ate. This is my food bag, my water. I'm not sure what this is doing out, but I'll repack it. It's my stove and stuff. There's going to be a huge party at Gooch's Gap tonight, which is just about a mile past the shelter. So the good news is I don't have to go up any strong uphills. I had to go through 2 major uphills today. So that's done. And I heard that I could get into a town and resupply. So I ate my best foods for tomorrow because I was hungry. And I wanted the motivation to be able to go to Gooch's Gap tonight, because they're going to have like a huge dinner. They're going to have a huge feast. I can imagine all sorts of like drinks there. You can charge your electronics there. And so my goal is to make it that extra mile. So I'm using all of the fuel that I possibly have to make it there. See if I have enough water. Yeah, I should have enough water to go there. See how it's that full? Anyways, I can't wait to have a warm dinner tonight. And yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. Today I am here at well, a shelter of some sort. Hi.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm at, what is it, above the woods?
Above the clouds?
Above the clouds. I'm at above the clouds right now. Great hostel. I had to take a day off due to, well, I had to get some rest because I had some chafing and some exhaustion. So yeah, not giving up on the trail, not at all, not a possibility. So, you know, I'm just getting my stuff ready. About to go to a convenience store, get like a nice, I don't know, soda or Red Bull. I know that's not good for POTS, but I want to live my life a little bit. So yeah. Look at that view. That is one hell of a view. Let me look at that. I'm on my way to Woody Gap right now. Surprisingly, the trees haven't come in, but what I will say is that when I was on my hike to Gooch Gap, spring was blooming. There were trees near the creek. I think it's called like the Justice Creek or whatever. And yeah, so it was beautiful, but it seems like right here, the trees are still pretty bare. So we got some clouds over there. That's off to the east though, because the sun rises in the east, and the sun I'm looking at in the sky right now is leaning towards the south as it's going towards the afternoon. So I'm not particularly concerned about weather as far as that. And even if it does rain, I could tell you it would be nice because it's a warm day out here, and it makes hiking a bit difficult because I'm quite warm right now. So anyways, yeah, that's all. If I'm not mistaken, this is some damage that Hurricane Helene caused to the environment. Just absolutely enormous amounts of damage. I don't know how long this will take to clear up, but you could see there's a lot of trees down. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous about setting up a bear bag when I get to North Carolina and they don't have bear boxes anymore, because there won't be really any trees for me to hang stuff on because all the tall trees are down with the good branches. So yeah, just a little bit of a concern I have. Well, there's some plants growing here. I don't know what these leaves are, but it's good to know. I'm getting a little sunburn on my arms, so I don't know. I'll have to deal with that pretty soon by putting on a long sleeve shirt or something. Very hot today. It's like 80 degrees, which doesn't sound bad, but when you're hiking, especially with elevation, it's not good, and there's a lack of a breeze. So yeah, a lot of heat, a lot of physical exertion. Again, I've been having my best performance today so far. The ups, while not as treacherous as yesterday, going up like Sassafras Mountain, the ups have been a lot less challenging for me. I think my body is starting to acclimatize. That doesn't mean it's not hard with POTS. You know, I have electrolytes, I take propanol. That does not mean that it's not hard, and that doesn't mean that I don't have the illness. I'm just, I don't know. You know, I've been able to adapt before, and well, I figured, why not do the AT with POTS? You know, when I got my diagnosis in February 2026, you know, I was like, you know what, this thing isn't gonna stop me. And here we are, almost 30 miles in, if you include the approach trail. Now, that's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna quit anytime soon. I'm not even thinking about quitting. I want to do the whole trail, but I'm just gonna say I think it's pretty darn impressive that I've gone 30 miles over these big hills. So anyways, hopefully that inspires some of you all to, I don't know, try to get out your comfort zone a little bit and I don't know, just get outside, and you can do a lot of things even if you have chronic illness. You know, this is just an example of that. So all right, anyways, I'm gonna go to Woody Gap. See y'all. Well, everybody, I don't know if you can see that, but I've made it to Woody Gap. You can hear maybe the cars on the roads. Let me hike up there so I can prove to you that this is Woody Gap. Yeah, I'm kind of just holding my trekking poles a little bit. Ooh, that's a nice breeze. We haven't had one of those today. Okay, almost there. No biggie. And here we are. You can see all the cars. You can see everything. Woody Gap. I'm gonna get some food, some water, things like that. There's a church that operates here. I'm agnostic, but they're very nice and I appreciate it. That's all that matters to me. So I'm grateful for anything I get out here. So yeah, I'm just gonna have some fun time with some people and continue on my hike later. Now, I don't know what mountain we're on, but it's immediately after, it's immediately after, what is it? It's after Gooch Gap. I forgot the name. Starts with a W Gap. Think Wooden Gap or whatever, I don't know. Anyways, I'm near Blood Mountain now. Went way up in elevation. 3 guys, by the way, fed me at the parking lot, just down there, just down where the gap is. And I think it's Wood Gap, yeah. And so, yeah, 3 guys fed me, gave me a little can of Coke. Nothing that'll inflate my pots or anything, right? It's only 30 milligrams of caffeine. And then I climbed all this elevation. So I'm making my way to the camp, Lance Creek Camp tonight, and tomorrow is Blood Mountain. And then I'll approach Neal's Gap by the end of the day, which is the 50% dropout rate. So half of the climbers that attempt the AT through hike drop out by this point. So I'm very excited to push. It makes me a little scared. Not because I'm gonna quit, but because of how physically demanding Blood Mountain seems to be. So I'm gonna have to wake up early and take my time going up it. Anyways, that's all. See ya. Look at that view, by the way. The view is amazing.